Hey y'all, listen, I'm testing things out. Listen, I had this ring light for a minute. Let me scoot this back a little bit. Okay. And I'm just not putting it up. But girl, don't mind the mess because that was me just putting it up. But since, I'm here, let's just get up into it, okay? Um the Real Housewives of Potomac. Let me just say this. If I missed some stuff, I missed some stuff, okay? And this is probably the only review, hopefully this season, that you will get like this. It was some stuff that was going on that I had to take care of. And so it ran into the time to look at Real Housewives on time. And I'm not finna stay up to look at to look at it later. You know what I'm saying? To pick up on some stuff that I might have forgot or whatever, but I don't think I forgot that much. It'll probably just come back to me. I'm gonna just hit the key points, okay? Because a part of this shit kind of just bothered me. I was able to watch it, but I was waiting on somebody to come. And when they came over here, I was watching it. They had to do some maintenance or whatever, make sure my heating stuff was going good, and some other stuff. But then I had some other company or whatever come through. Girl, it was a mess, okay? So it was unexpected, and that's why this is a little late, and this is what it is, okay? So this is the Real Housewives of Potomac, season 7, episode 2, Allegations Nation. All right? I really just wanted to touch on, okay, so we pick up what we left off last week. All right? So, last week, you got the way that Giselle came at Mia, right? I think I like this. Now y'all get to really see moi, okay? You see the way that Giselle came at Mia last week, okay? Now, I will let y'all know, and I said this in the last review. When the whole situation came up about Mia, and her so-called, I ain't even gonna say so-called, her, health issue. I did say the way that she put the things up, the way that she worded it, no, she did not say that she had cancer. She said that it's a possibility. She said that they didn't really know. She said that they had to do some testing. She said that they found this, they found that, and all this stuff. She was giving updates. In my honest opinion, it wouldn't have been something that I would have done, because I wouldn't want people to think that, oh, I'm doing all this for sympathy, for attention, or whatever, because that is a little bit of what I got from Mia. No lie, no shade. You know what I'm saying? But I also know that everybody don't do stuff for attention. Some people put stuff up or whatever because it is a way for them to cope. It is a way for them to deal with things. And they just feel connected to their audience because they can also be putting awareness to stuff or whatever. So maybe that's what she was going to do, or what she was trying to do. So I'm going to just give her the benefit of the doubt, y'all. I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt. But even though I had those inklings and those thoughts, did I go on her page and say, no, bitch, you lying, you doing this shit for attention? Did I put that on, Instagram, or did I put that on Twitter? No. You know what I'm saying? When I did my I was about to say top of the blocks, that's rocks. When I did my what it is, did I mention it like that? No, I said pray for the girl. Okay, because we all going through some shit. And then we as women, we got a lot of stuff that really be going on with our bodies, especially, breast cancer, ovarian cancer, all that shit. So you just don't know, but what really got me was, you can have these doubts, you can have these concerns, but it's the way that Giselle presented it to her. Giselle literally just said, what's up, cancer, no cancer? You don't do no shit like that. And this ain't even your event. This is not your event, okay? And you just come up to a person and you just talk to them that way. You don't even say, hey, girl, this is what Giselle could have did. And see, this is the thing that Giselle does. Giselle fishes for a storyline because Giselle really has no storyline. And if y'all don't see that, you saw it this episode. Giselle has not had a storyline in years on this show. And I don't really think that she ever really had a storyline, okay? What did she do? Girl, the way that she approached the situation was just so... it was tacky and everything, and so Mia got that ass together, and I was here for it. You know what I'm saying? Giselle, you could have came at that lady like, hey girl, how you doing? You okay? Everything good? All right. So what's been up? And continue the conversation. No, hey girl, cancer, no cancer. We don't do shit like that. That's not what we do, boo-boo. Okay? So we move on from that. And this whole topic of conversation started coming up around this whole situation where her friend, Mia friend Jacqueline comes through. Now, I don't know if I'm gonna like Jacqueline. Jacqueline, the jury's still out because we really didn't see too much of your personal history or whatever. But girl, watch yourself. Watch yourself, okay? That's all I'm gonna say right now. Just watch yourself, cause for me, you kind of came off just slight bit wrong to me, and I just really wasn't here for it. I really wasn't, okay? But it could be just me. But something about the way that she came just did not rock with my spirit. You know what I'm saying? So, the girl's trying to figure out what's going on. You know, everybody, Wendy knows the ass. Because let me tell you something. They've been really kind of playing Wendy left so far. I mean, we seen a little blurb of her trying to get her shit together with her husband or whatever, but she ain't really had no scene on here this episode, and if she did, I don't remember it. Okay, they barely showed her last week. They showed her with Peter. That's dumb, but hey, it is what it is. So, you know what wound up happening is, Jacqueline was like, if you gonna, some people just put stuff up or whatever, maybe the message got misconstrued when you be in, you know, so in an emotional state, okay? And sometimes you probably just put up the wrong words or whatever. Now, a lot of the questions was asking about Mia, why would you do this, Mia this and Mia that? And I thought that questions was being asked to Mia. Why is Jacqueline interjecting and answering all the questions? I was so confused. I said, is Jacqueline Mia's mouthpiece or whatever? Can Mia answer the questions? Meanwhile, with that being done, Wendy had to ask, I ain't trying to be rude, girl, but who the hell are you? Okay? Now, I ain't gonna lie, Wendy, it did sound, when before you said, I ain't trying to be rude, but you was like, girl, who is you? It kind of came off a little rude. I kind of had to look up like, girl, what? But she said, no, I ain't trying to be rude, but who is you? And honestly, I would have asked the question because it's like, girl, who are you? You literally just popped up, you know, but we know now that she's a friend of Mia or an ex-friend at this point. And I'm just sitting here like, this is a mess. Then you got, you know, you got Karen like, you can't be asking nobody that. You can't be judging people or how they do this and how they do that. I said, Karen, you felt it was a little questionable too, but I get it. You trying to save your ass just like everybody else is. But Robin had to come through and say, listen, y'all, what y'all not gonna do is, y'all not gonna gang up on me. Y'all not gonna gang up on fucking Giselle about this whole situation because everybody here had their doubts and their concerns about this whole situation. And they played the clip of everybody talking about it. And that's true. That's true. But at the same time, nobody used this event and nobody came to Mia very tactless and asked her about it and confronted her about it. You know what I'm saying? No one did that. Giselle did that, so be mad at her. Meanwhile, they go to mingling and everything. Girl, Candace and Ashley, they okay for right now. They cordial. They can talk. They was kikiing a little bit. I was like, oh, all right. So y'all in a good place or y'all trying to get in a good place? They're trying to get in a good place. And now they probably, I don't know how it is now, but it seems like things going to be somewhat okay, or it looked like it was going to be somewhat okay now that, you know, Michael is out the picture. But then some shit went down later on in the episode. Katie Ralston popped her ass up there. I said, now y'all done brought Sharice back, right? Sharice actually came up there and gave Karen a hug. I said, oh, what is this? And they was like, girl, y'all good? And they was like, we can't keep up with Sharice, with Karen and her beefs or whatever, because, you know, they had a falling out years ago. I think it was when Sharice was on the show. You know, she was trying to accuse Karen of cheating or something like that, or probably, I think that's what it was. Something like that to that effect. Mr. Blue Eyes or something. Yeah. But Karen was like, I mean, it's cool or whatever. I didn't invite the bitch, so, you know, hey, it is what it is. And Robin said, well, you said can bring +1. I ain't have to tell you who my +1 was, and she my +1. Sharice ain't got shit else to do, so that's why she trying to get back on the show. Simple as that. Because I don't understand. I don't understand. You know, and like I said, Katie Ross, that's the person y'all need to Candace said, bitch, we ain't seen this girl since what they was at the Caymans or wherever they was. Mama had left Didn't tell nobody. Jetted out. And we ain't seen or heard from her. She come back, her head shake. I don't care what nobody say. I like Katie. Katie need a little bit of help, okay? Because I don't know if it's alcohol. I don't know if it's just a little, she could have probably a little mental instability or whatever. I'm not no doctor, okay? But baby, she gives both of those teas, and I don't know what she was really giving in this episode. It felt like a little bit of both, or it just felt like a lot of natural energy, okay? But you know, when Ray saw her, they was like, Ray, Katie here. You know that he like him some Katie, okay? Baby, the way Katie went over there and was squeezing that man's ass, why you squeezing his ass like that, Miss Katie? I just didn't understand that. And Karen let that shit happen. Karen, you let that happen. I mean, rub it on his head and everything. You know, when Karen came over there, was like, you touching my man? I said, girl, yeah, be a little shook. Karen gets up there, give a little speech. Why they gotta be so damn dramatic? Karen said, you know, this is about spring. We ushering in a new season of spring, you know, and it's just like, as I was talking, a thing that's going on in the group of girls that I'm with, and my group of girls that we talking about, you know, trying to get over issues and not trying to listen to the naysayers and our co-workers and our friends and this who got the drama and all this stuff. I said, girl, what? Where we going with this, okay? Mama, you could have just got up there and said, hey, y'all, thank y'all for coming to my party. We trying to usher in a new season. Spring is here. That means we about to have spring cleaning. Everybody just finna go have some good time, have a clean slate, and just live it up, okay? Enjoy yourself. Girl, what's this other shit? I gotta come up here and write the script for y'all. Is that what it is? Because I can give it to you if you want. You know, for a price though, but I can give it to you. But all in all, everything was cool. Candace said she had to leave in a little bit because she was about to fly out there to Vegas, you know, because she doing her thing at the Grammys. You know, people want to talk about her shit. I really can't hate on Candace because Candace set out to do something and she's doing it. So there's really nothing to hate on that. So congrats on that, you know what I'm saying? You got to a part of your goal or whatever. I seen that she tried to submit her album for Grammy consideration. Girl, maybe the next one. Maybe the next one. Okay. And that's no shade. I'm serious. Maybe the next one because it came out like 2 years ago or a year and a half ago. It's not gonna get it this year. So maybe the next one. Maybe the next one. And then when they was leaving out, you saw Chris over there by the bar. Okay. Chris, you know, and I don't know who came up to who first or whatever, but Chris and Giselle had a little bit of an interaction or whatever. And he was like, yeah, I'm finna get out of here because I got to take her to the airport or whatever. And they kind of hugged and left. That's just what it was. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind, okay? So we move on past all of that. We get to Karen. She go to the doctors to get Tiff and Fifth, get them titties lifted, okay? She said, listen, that little arm fat underneath here, that little fat down here, we're going to put it into these things. My shit, anyway, they need to be, baby, once I lose this weight, I hate the fact, and I said this before, once I lose a little bit more weight, I want to go in for a consultation because I want to get these things reduced, bitch. I don't like them like this because I know they gonna hang, bitch. You know when Karen said I don't want my titties to be hanging all over in the soup when I blink over like that, bitch, without a fucking bra. That's what mines do. Let me tell y'all something. Speaking of, y'all be on TikTok. Y'all be on TikTok. Okay, for my people that be on TikTok, has that lady come up on your For You page? The one that be like, don't blame Mr. Charlie, because Mr. Charlie is just a man, and he's doing the best he can. And then the music change, transition kink, and then she pop up, her titties be so goddamn big, and they be just fucking down in her lap. But then when that transition come up, them bitches be in that club, and she be dressing sharp, bitch, and them titties be up. I said, girl, how you sleep at night? Child, I know you don't sleep on your back, but she be killing that shit. Look her up, okay? Just look for Don't Blame Mr. Charlie because I don't know her actual TikTok. And if y'all do, put it down in the comments. That's a bad bitch right there. I ain't gonna lie, okay? But moving on from that, she getting them done. Ray got an issue with that, you know? Later on in the episode, they was talking Ray just not really here for it. You know, you remember last week, Karen was talking about it, and she was like, I just feel like he probably just don't want nobody else looking at me. You know what I'm saying? And it is an age difference because, you know, he's an older man and she's still a young woman compared to him, you know, and Karen still got a lot of bite up in her. Like, she could still pull a couple of niggas, you know, if she wanted to. And, you know, I don't know. Maybe Ray do have an issue with that. He don't want an extra hot wife or whatever, or he just looking out for her safety because, you know, at her age or you get older, anything can happen. You know what I'm saying? But when she was in that consultation, she was like, yeah, because, you know, I just want to be an example to some of the girls, you know, because there's a lot of young girls that look up to me or whatever, and they be asking me questions, and I could tell them, like, you know, don't get your boobs done or nothing like that until you, like, not in your 20s, okay? Did you see the way the nurse face dropped, like, excuse me? You trying to fuck up our business? Okay, y'all come in here and get this shit done, okay? Get the shit done, you know? Is it me, or have y'all been seeing on TikTok, like on the For You page, or I should say the Explore page, not TikTok, but Instagram on the Explore page, a lot of these doctors putting up these little cosmetic surgery. Like, I be seeing asses all being plumped up, titties out and everything. I'm like, what is going on Instagram? Since when did it become this? What am I looking at that this is popping up on my shit? I was just really confused. Am I the only one? But anyway, you got that going on. You know, he don't want his daughter to get no stuff. Karen said if she want to get it, she can get it whenever she feel like getting it. It's up to her. It's her body. And that's what people need to understand. We may feel some type of way about, you know, certain type of plastic surgeries or certain things or whatever, but it's not up to us. It's really not up to us. It's up to that person and whatever makes them feel good. And if that's what makes them feel good, even if it makes them look crazy or whatever, depending on what it is, that's their choice, you know. Moving on from that, Candace out here, her sister Crystal is staying at the house with her. So she was living in an apartment, and I guess the parents went on ahead and got her a place. I guess a plot of land or whatever, because they said like they building her a house or some shit like that. I said, damn. I mean, like, y'all finna make fun of the girl because her people's making her a house and getting her a house too, like y'all did Candace. Because honestly, wasn't nothing wrong with that. If your mama and your daddy want to fucking pay for your goddamn bills for the house, the mortgage and all that shit, bitch, by all means, go ahead and do it. I got everything else. Okay, that's one less bill that I can pay for, and I can go ahead and, you know, contribute this money to something else that I need to use to better myself. That's what you call black generational wealth, to be honest, okay? And people was clowning them for it. I wish I had it like that. I wish I had it like that shit. Meanwhile, you know, Candace trying to finish school. She telling her sister about the fact that she freezing her eggs and she's going through the IVF process eventually. And, you know, the whole thing that's going on with Chris working and he's coming in so late and all this stuff. And I'm sitting here like, it's like, you know, they complained about Chris not having a job last season or probably the season before that. Now it's like you're working too much and I want you home or whatever. Which one is it? And I know it wasn't her complaining about him not having a job because he actually did. But it's like every season is something with Chris, okay, in this job situation. And I feel like at this point, Candace just needs to suck it up. Candace just needs to suck it up, okay? Moving on from that, you know, I think they supposed to be having something. Somebody's supposed to be having something. And they invited, oh, it was Ashley, because Ashley was up there with her little mommy friend, Deborah. You know what? I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about that, because I was about to say, Deborah ain't had no ass. I'm sorry. And you know what? I wasn't going to mention it, but, you know, I felt like I could mention it because, to be quite honest, Ashley ain't got no ass either, and I'm talking about me. And I said that in the third person. This Ashley sitting right here before you, I really ain't got no ass. And I had looked in the mirror one day, and I had turned to the side, and I said, wow, I really got a booty do. You know what I'm saying? or a stomach do or whatever. My stomach stick out more than my booty do. You know what I'm saying? And I said, wow, this is really kind of fucked up. I mean, the shape is cool, but it's not because, baby, take some of this shape and this shit up in the front and put it in my ass, okay? You know, it ain't necessarily like this, but baby, it ain't really like that. You know what I'm saying? It's probably like that. You know, and I don't want it to be like that. I just want it to be like that a little bit. Give me a little bit of fucking cushion back there, you know? And I was looking at Miss Deborah. Miss Deborah just sitting on her tailbone. I said, girl, okay, we in the same club, girl. And you push that baby out. All right. You know, she done met her at her mommy and me class. And they good girlfriends. They talking about what's going on with Ashley and Michael. You know, Ashley getting this house with Michael. And at this point, it really just don't make sense to me. To continue to try to do stuff with Michael and not separate it. And I don't care about no LLC. I would not want to be having nothing to do with my ex, all right? And I feel like that's why people feel like that y'all not really getting a divorce or you're not really serious about this whole situation. He want to stay up in the penthouse. And when he gave the reasoning, you know, basically it being low maintenance and he don't want to have a yard. He don't want to take care of this and take care of that. Because when he's in a penthouse, if something goes wrong or whatever, he needs help with this or whatever, they just send maintenance or whatever. And that's true. But I would rather, if I had my choice, I would want to get a house. I would. Now, the question is, do I want to buy a house right now? In my age that I am now, I consider myself an adult. I think like it is time to start considering, you know, buying a house instead of like renting a house, because I rented a house before and now I'm in an apartment, and the shit that I'm paying for this goddamn place, for the area and for the building or whatever, bitch, I could be paying on a fucking mortgage, to be quite honest, you know. And hey, I'm thinking about that. That's the next step. But see, Michael don't want to do no shit like that. Ashley want to have a house, a yard and all that shit for the kids or whatever. And I said, okay, you finna get your house. Cool. But you ain't got to do it that way with him. Meanwhile, she's doing something, you know, a little get together, whatever. And Deborah was like, you inviting all the girls? And she was like, yeah, including Candace. I mean, yeah, we cool or whatever. So we gonna do what we do. I mean, we getting there. And then there was this one scene where Robin and Giselle had met up, and Robin had to get Giselle together for a second. She said, girl, first of all, before we sit down and get into anything, I got a bone to pick with you. She said, girl, what's going on? What did I do? She said, think about it. You mean to tell me you don't think before you speak sometimes? Did you really have to sit there and tell Ashley that it was like a strip of heels and stuff, like a dancing heels and things that she wanted to do, a little sexy erotic dance or whatever. You know, that's the thing these days, like strip aerobics and, you know, the heels and stuff, whatever. That's the thing. It's cute. I be watching it on stuff, you know. If you popping up, I be looking. I be like, toot that ass, because I can't do it. Y'all already know the condition of these knees. I just be like, damn, I just want to, because back in the day, Ashley used to could get down. Like, y'all didn't catch me in my heyday. And I sound like I'm real fucking old right now. But in my heyday, bitch, Ashley really could throw some ass. And these knees said, throw them things back and sit your ass down. That's what these knees said. And I'm just like, wow, that's really fucked up. Okay. You know, and so Robin was like, why the fuck would you tell Ashley and them that, you know, I'm the only one that got my name on the house, on the deed? Okay, you know, and I said, yeah, Giselle, why would you put your girlfriend, that's your friend, right? That's your good girlfriend. Why would you put her business out there? She said, girl, listen, I know, I'm sorry, the shit just slipped out. I wasn't planning on it, but it just really slipped out, and I'm sorry. And I said, did it really just slip out? I really don't feel like it just slipped out. I think she knew what she was doing, because Giselle is fucking messy like that. And I know shit can slip, but she was trying to make a point, and that was the point that she was trying to make. So that was the example that she needed to say. That's all that it was to it. You know, Robin explaining to us the reason why, you know, Juan's name is not on the deed is because his name and his credit is not completely cleared up. and back up to par with the bankruptcy and all this shit. I said, because y'all, you fucked the shit up. Baby, Robin fucked the thing up, and now goddamn Juan is the one paying the consequences for it. Okay, Juan can't find a good job like he used to. He can't get the money that he was used to making in the NBA. Baby, it's just all a mess. So I see why she said, you know, she is the breadwinner right about now. But of course, don't nobody want to put that out there. Don't nobody want to hear no man. You know how these men are these days. They don't want you to throw out there that, yeah, they ain't the one that's making the money like that. You know, I gotta stay in my girl's home. I can't even put my name on the deed yet. You know what I'm saying? You know, he ain't got no ownership. That's just what it is. It got that going on. Meanwhile, at one point, I think Giselle and Ashley had a conversation because Ashley had to get her together. Like, girl, why you have to come at me? Like, I don't appreciate you coming at me talking about, you know, my relationship and how I'm staying and you don't believe me or whatever, whether or not that I'm lying to you about this divorce, all this shit. It's really none of your business. But again, if you see, the thing is, Giselle lacks tact, okay? Giselle lacks tact. But at the same time, I don't know if I'm necessarily mad at Giselle for saying that, girl, you're not really trying to get a divorce because what is going on? It feels like you're lying, because I feel like we probably would have said that to our friends, like, girl, are you for real? Like, be for real, girl. Are you really finna get a divorce from this man? Because you doing a lot of stuff that is not on par with getting divorced. But, you know, like Ashley said, people go about divorce in their relationships and whatever differently. So maybe you might not go through this, but this is what she's doing for whatever reason that she's doing it. And that's just all that it is to it. Let it alone, okay? Mia had a little get together with her friend Jacqueline. Now, y'all been friends since y'all was what, 15 years old, or probably younger, whatever. You see each other all the goddamn time. You sitting up in the goddamn restaurant, and then here come Jacqueline. Oh my God! Oh my God! I said, girl, calm the fuck down. You just saw her at Karen's party, and I'm pretty sure y'all be FaceTiming and kikiing and all of. I said, calm that shit down. It just really felt like Jacqueline was looking for a moment, you know what I'm saying? Given that the camera was going to actually be on her for real this time, and not like how it was at Karen's party where she was literally a bystander and she just so happened to be off to the side. It just felt like, you know, she said, and action. That's what it was. And she said, bitch, I'm finna play it all the way fuck up, you know? So they get into everything that was going on, the party, their relationship, their friendship. But what stuck out in the conversation that they was having is she was talking about this whole situation about the way Giselle came at her and the people doubting her, you know, and how that was messed up and everything. Understandable. But what got me was when Jacqueline was like, but did you see Karen? Because Karen was acting like this, and Karen was acting like she ain't know nothing about it. And, you know, it was almost like she was, what, cover your ass, CYA. That's what she was acting like. Girl, Mia said, what is that? Me and Mia said, what is that? Jacqueline and Gordon said, cover your ass. That's some old school saying. I said, baby, I ain't that old. I ain't never heard that. I ain't never heard that. I heard cover your ass. I ain't never heard CYA. You know what I'm saying? So, I was just like, excuse me, Miss Jacqueline. It was just the way that Jacqueline said it. She was real casual with it, like she been in the crew all this time. And I said, ma'am, you don't know Karen? Do you really know Karen? I know they're going to eventually become cool, but the way that she said it was like she been kicking it with Karen for the past few years, and she could speak on her like that. I just felt a little slight way about that. It was just giving like I'm finna act. I don't know, you know? And then Mia was saying how Karen had sent her a text message about the invitation, I guess, to the party. And then had said, FYI, the girls was talking about you or whatever. They mentioned something about your Instagram post or whatever. And she said, what I read that as is, yeah, everybody was talking about you, including myself. And I'm just trying to cover my ass just in case you want to bring that shit up at the party. You know, which it was, and which they were. Okay, they were talking about it. I I mean, this is the show. This is what it is, okay? You know, you're the talk of the moment for right now. All right. Um, what else went on in this episode? Like I said, once again, if I forget something, we can discuss it in the comments. And like I said, next week it'll be a more thorough, more thought out review. Um, it's just that I don't want y'all to wait because I don't get off of work until 6 o'clock tomorrow. That means I have to come in, watch it again, and then, you know, y'all ain't gonna get it till probably 8 or 9. I don't want to put y'all through that. I don't want to do that. So I just want to give y'all something. But Ashley had talked to Giselle and them. And Giselle, and was telling her about, you know, her and Candace, they cool or whatever for right now. And it was something interesting that happened. She said, girl, Chris came up into my DMs. And he was like, you should have been at the W. After the party, after Karen's party or whatever, you should have been down at the W or something like that. That's what he said. This was like 2:40 something in the morning. Okay? And I'm like, what? Why would he respond? What is he doing at 2:42 in the morning? Why would he do this? And then Giselle said, now see, that's wrong. Giselle made it seem, Ashley, I can understand her concern because she been through a cheating husband, but, you know, they also got their situation, their arrangement, I should say. She's trying to get back on a good place with Candace, so she's trying to cover her base, so she don't want anything to look like she was trying to hide something from her or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, trying to make it look like something funny was going on and she was complicit in it. So I understand her apprehension about feeling a way about this situation and wanting to tell Candace, but then it was goddamn Giselle. Oh yeah, he was trying to do something. He was trying to do something. And I said, what the fuck is the man trying to do? Because literally all he said, he responded to an IG story. And I get it. It's 2:42 in the morning. Why you on IG? Listen, here's the thing. And I need people to get this. Because I know some people going to be like, yeah, you know, you're a married man. She's about to get a divorce. Why do you feel like you need to even respond to her Insta story or whatever? Because that's what people who are trying to, if you're cool with each other, you do that whether you're a male or a woman. You know what I'm saying? And if obviously he felt like they was in a good enough place and him and his wife and Ashley was in a good enough place together that he can respond, you know? And it didn't, when I read the text or when I read the DM, it didn't look like he was trying to hit on her. He was just saying, come to the party. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what it is. But Giselle took it as, oh, he definitely was trying to do something. And I've been tried by married men because he did some shit. You know, he be sliding up in my DMs and he be talking to, responding to my shit all the time too. But I don't say nothing. But it do make me slightly uncomfortable, but not as uncomfortable as I was when we was at the reunion, and the way that he was talking to me at the reunion was basically making it seem like he wanted to talk to her privately or whatever. And long story short, he went up to her room, her glam squad or whatever wasn't there. And, you know, so he was in a room with her. I don't even know if anything was truly said, but he didn't hit on her. The door was closed or some shit like that. And she said she felt uncomfortable. She said she felt uncomfortable by him being in there, her being by him herself, him being a married man, and, you know, she ain't trying to get into nothing or some shit. He just made her feel uncomfortable. And I'm sitting here like, when you listen to the story and you listen to what she's saying, like, did he say anything to her? No. Did he try to touch on her? No. Did he imply anything? No. So what do you feel uncomfortable for? I'm really confused and I'm trying to understand. But then it's Giselle, because Giselle ain't got no storyline and she's trying to make this a storyline. And now that it's playing out, we see how fucking ridiculous it is, okay? It felt like just because now Ashley wanted to say something, you want to say something. You literally waited. When did they start filming? They don't start filming directly after the reunion, right? It'd be like at least a couple of months or so, maybe a couple of months before they start filming again. And so you waited that long time to actually say something and then you want to bring it up to Candace later. Pause on that. Because Ashley came over there and she told Candace what was up. Candace was like, I mean, that's fine or whatever, because he probably was trying to hit you up to get you to come to the hotel because, you know, trying to get more people to come up in there because that's what he works at. You know what I'm saying? He's doing that promo life, he's doing that nightlife and all that stuff. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense. I wasn't even thinking about that part, but yes, that makes sense. He was doing that, you know, most likely. And I'm not making excuses for him because yeah, I can see how it looks a little weird. But if I'm up and y'all don't know this, or some of y'all probably do because some of y'all be up with me. Bitch, I be up past 1 o'clock sometimes. And I be on IG. And if I'm following somebody or if somebody shit just pop up, baby, I'll look at an Insta story in a second. You know, if I going down my timeline or whatever, oh, you got your Insta story, let me see what's going on here. Why are you up here? Let me see what's in your Insta story or whatever. Just to see who the person is sometimes, a stranger sometimes. But especially if it's people that I'm already following, I'm going to go through their shit. And if it's something that I want to respond to, I'm going to respond to. And it ain't, I'm trying to fucking hit on nobody at no one. It ain't no big deal because it's 1 something, 2 something in the morning. I just can't sleep. That's just what it is, okay? Chris was at work and he probably just wanted the girl to do some promo and he wasn't, it was innocent. It was innocent. But in Ashley's case, I'm not upset with her for coming to Candace like that because I feel like she was trying to cover her bases because they trying to get on a good foot. In Giselle's case, the way that she came at Candace and tried to make it seem as if Chris was really trying to do something. And then when she was sitting there talking to, was it Candace or not Candace? Ashley talked about some, you know, trying to be a sneaky link. I said, do you know what the fuck a sneaky link is? Do you know what a sneaky link is? Obviously you don't because you just used it all wrong. A sneaky link is the person that you actually fucking on the low that don't nobody know about. You not fucking that man and that man wasn't trying to fuck you either, Giselle. Okay? And I'm sitting here and I'm on Candace's side with this whole situation because like Candace said, if you felt uncomfortable, this man has been in my, you have been in my house. He has cooked for you. Y'all been around each other plenty of times. And I'm pretty sure they've been around each other plenty of times after this whole supposed incident happened, right? That made her so uncomfortable. And again, I understand you can't tell somebody what makes them uncomfortable and what makes them this. That's what y'all was saying last, what was it? Real Housewives of Atlanta when Kenya was trying to call my man aggressive and all that shit. And that really wasn't what it is. Oh, you can't tell nobody what's aggressive and, you know, this is what they've been through. You can't tell. We get that. We get that. But see, she was playing on that word too. She ain't even mean that shit either. Giselle is fucking Giselle and Giselle is playing a game because Giselle ain't got no fucking storyline. So let Giselle do what Giselle does. She be messy. And that's exactly what the fuck she doing. That is why she is on this show. And honestly, as much as some people can't stand it and I can't stand it, she needed on the show for the mess. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate, but that's just what her character is on this show, to be messy. And that's what she's doing. She's reaching like a motherfucker, okay? And, you know, Candace, she felt some type of way. She was about to get up. And I felt like now that you got Michael Darby out the place, you got Chris Samuels out the place, the next target is Chris, whatever his Bassett. That's the next target. Okay, that's all that I feel like. It's like you're trying to get rid of all the husbands. That's what it looked like, Giselle. I don't know. And speaking of, but Giselle, let me tell you this: if you felt so uncomfortable with that man, why you let that man hug you, or why you go over there to hug him, or vice versa, whichever one? Why was you in his space, and why you let him in your space when you was at Karen's party? You felt safe then because you wasn't alone. And if you really felt uncomfortable by some of the things that he was doing, why wait until now when the cameras is rolling instead of not saying the day after, letting Candace know if that was your friend and if you really felt uncomfortable? And even if you didn't want to, if you wanted to sit with it and be like, did this really happen or am I really tripping? Give it a few days and then tell Candace. Why you wait till now? Exactly. Because it's a storyline for you. That's all that it is. Meanwhile, and you can't be doing that because you can't be fucking up a person's reputation. And y'all already be trying to fuck that man's reputation up enough throughout this whole time that he been on here talking about his job and who he really is and ain't got no money. And now you trying to make him out to be another Michael Darby. Come on now. Let's not do that. All right. And since I got y'all here and I had brought her up, or I brought her husband up, Y'all seen that shit about and this is Real Housewives of Potomac, and she an alumnus, okay, alum now, whatever the fuck you want to do. And Sharice was there with them too. Sharice was there. I said, why is she there? Anyway, y'all heard the shit about Monique, right? So it came out saying that Monique and Chris was getting separated. And this was in people.com, you know, like the magazine. So people took that as a credible thing, a credible news source or whatever, I guess, if you want to call it that. And basically said that, you know, them two was separating after 10 years. And when I saw it, I said, I mean, if you saw Love Marriage DC, it ain't a shock. It ain't a shock. So a few hours later, I guess, a few hours ago, probably a couple hours ago or so, she put up a video, you know, with her and Chris basically like, what? And then her flashing her ring and all that shit. And I'm sitting here like, girl, it's giving stunts and shows. And I don't have nothing against Monique. I actually do like her to a certain extent. But at the same time, it's just like, you know, I don't believe it. I don't believe in that. People were saying when she was at the BravoCon is going on and saying that allegedly Ashley, you know, said that they going through some stuff and that she was separating. I don't know if that's true or not, but it's giving stunts and shows right about now. So I don't know if it's real. I don't know if I believe that everything is 100% okay. I don't know who put it out there and how the hell did it get to people.com. But what y'all take on it? Put it down in the comments. I know y'all gonna have some shit to say. But again, like I said, that's the Real Housewives of Potomac. Oh, I gave y'all like normally how long I usually do. Probably a little bit longer. But anyway, if I miss some stuff, don't blame it on me. Y'all already know the situation. Next week will be better. Hopefully this, I do feel like this was a good review. Could have been, you know. Put it down in the comments, and I will see you guys later. All right? See you. Baby, how you stop this?